By my father and myself, a graceful deer is reared between my ribs, grazing in peace. It says, O forces, how you strive to attain the unattainable, when you are prone to change and transformation. This changeable nature renders knowledge elusive. The reality of this wisdom is like a budding breast, carrying the essence of sustenance akin to the primordial knowledge imbibed by the Prophet Muhammad on his night journey, from which he acquired the understanding of the ancients and the future. This wisdom, symbolized by milk, embodies the knowledge of what came before and what is yet to come, offering insight that transcends temporal limits. One might say, if this place, where you let your deer graze, is fiery, then let it be, for light overcomes all flames. This illumination, born of divine understanding, extinguishes earthly fires, though the intensity of love continues to burn as the sun's light outshines any lesser flame. O my companions, guide me by my reins, so that I may view the ruins of her abode with my own eyes. When you arrive at where my beloved resides, let my tears fall with yours. If you see me overcome by my absence when you reach her dwelling, then weep not for yourselves, but for me. For it is through my absence that your realities will be enriched. Stand with me momentarily by these ruins, and join me in feigned mourning, or rather, weep for what has overcome me. The mark left by my beloved and the place she left behind are all I have now. They are remnants of homes, traces of lives once shared. Passion strikes me without arrows, and love kills me without a blade. Whether near or far, her effect is absolute. Will you join me in my sorrow if I weep by her side? Teach me the knowledge that matches this place, for tears that flow from grief embody profound learning. Speak to me of Hind, of Lubna, Salma, Zainab, and Inan, for each of these beloveds carries a tale that mirrors my anguish. Then tell me of Hajar and Zarud, where the gazelles roam freely and mourn for me with the verses of Kays Layla and Mai, and the plight of Gailan. It descends upon every wandering heart in search of beauty, striking with a glimmering glance and piercing like a blade. This wisdom, rooted in ancient lands like India, where knowledge first blossomed through Adam, carries the depth of insight and the allure of hidden mysteries. It reaches forth, soft as delicate silk, offering grace and acceptance, reminiscent of the charity that lands in the hands of the divine. Like untainted silk, it is untouched by artificial colour and emblematic of purity. Its fragrance is an essential virtue, symbolising divine attributes, and is likened to heavenly perfumes, alluding to God's benevolent attributes for humankind to embody. In its presence, I gaze upon it as one might gaze into the depths of an uncatchable beauty whose allure lies in the unseen, known only by its creator. Its beauty stirs the heart toward divine admiration, distinct from mere visual pleasure. This wisdom embodies charm, captivating us with a bewitching glance that blinds the heart to all else. It leads us toward what cannot be fully understood, wrapped in divine beauty and unparalleled grace. When observed through both sides, mystical and intellectual, it draws all knowledge seekers closer to the profound, without ever fully revealing its depths. She captivates every enamored heart, her allure like a magnetic force, striking with a piercing glance and wielding a fine Indian blade. Her allure is irresistible, her gaze like an arrow, her presence commanding as a sword. Where Adam descended, India is the cradle of wisdom and the origin of profound knowledge. She extends a delicate hand, soft as untouched silk, offering grace and acceptance. Her hand is adorned with the purest virtues, untainted by worldly colours, symbolising divine attributes. The fragrance of her generosity is like musk, mixed with ambergris, enveloping the seeker in heavenly scents. She gazes with eyes that enchant, her glance reminiscent of a gazelle's. The darkness of her coal-lined eyes adds to her mystery, drawing parallels to the unseen realms known only to the divine. Her beauty is such that it captivates without physical touch, engaging the soul in profound admiration. She embodies charm and subtle magic, a bewitching presence adorned with grace and unparalleled beauty. Her demeanour is both humble and majestic, leaving the observer in awe. She is like a sun shining in the forenoon, her brilliance unmatched, her elegance like a branch adorned in a lush garden. The memory of my youthful days and simple times between Al-Haditha and Al-Karh forever shines. I told myself, though 50 years have passed, I am now like a young bird in thought, not so fast. Memories bring back the landscapes of Sila and Hajir, and my youth flows forth, vivid and clear. Leading caravans northward, then south to the plains, kindling fires in the desert's vast domains. My soul yearns for the beloved's signs, through the veil of divine mysteries and lines. So, I converse with spiritual whispers and tunes, in branches dense with celestial boons. The soul weeps with silent reverence here, while my eyes shed tears in heartfelt prayer. I ask it gently as the tears stream free, do you know anything of my beloved's decree? 3 radiant moons emerged at twilight's hour, to the sacred grounds of Tan'im, shrouded in power. Their faces unveiled, like suns they shone, chanting praises as pilgrims alone, they walked gracefully, step by step, with an air of celestial joy kept. I watched them, blessed and bemused, by the light of their forms, forever amused. Oh, where are our beloveds? By God, tell me, where are they? As I saw their shadow, will I truly see them one day? I hold on to this hope, a flickering flame in the darkness of my longing. How often I searched, how much I asked, until I felt secure, but still, my heart masked. O Najd, you blessed land, so fair, may rain clouds gift you tender care, and he who revived you 50 years grant you life with blessings and cheers. Through vast deserts I made my way, on swift steeds, night and day, until lightning's path from afar did spark, and pierced the dark with a heavenly arc. Between the heart and the eyes a battle of desire rages. The heart fights for love as days pass in stages. Between what is veiled and what is clear, my heart ponders. In dreams, it draws near. Oh, guide me toward the path I long for. The answer is hidden in love's core. In Dahat al-Ada, al-Mazamain, and Barki and Di Salam, and the 2 abrak for the traveller, flashes of swords from the flashes of smiles, exuding musk that the thirsty cannot express. If they are fought, they draw swords of glances, and if they make peace, they untie the knots of obstacles. Thus they attained, and we attained, 2 equal delights, a dominion for the beloved, and a dominion for the lover, The poet embarks on a mystical journey, mentioning sacred places, symbolizing spiritual stations, Datalada, Al-Mazamain, Baki, Di Salam, and the two Abrak. These locales represent the profound stages in the path of divine love. In the second verse, he likens the beloved's enchanting smiles to flashes of swords and the scent of musk, so alluring that they leave the passionate lover speechless. The third verse speaks of the beloved's power, if opposed. Their mere glances can conquer hearts. If at peace, they unravel the complexities that hinder union. Ultimately, the lover and the beloved share in mutual delight and sovereignty over each other's hearts, a dominion of love that transcends the ordinary. I am content with Radwa as a meadow and rest, for it holds pasture and refreshing zest. Perhaps my beloveds hear of its grace and make it their pasture and resting place. For our hearts are attached to them indeed. When the guide sings, they keenly heed. If they call to depart and aim to ascend, I hear behind the caravan, and my heart rends. If they head to Zaura, it's ahead of them all, and if it goes toward Jura, it will stall there. In this poem, Radwa symbolizes a place of spiritual nourishment and tranquility. The poet finds contentment there and hopes his beloveds will join him, representing a yearning for shared spiritual fulfillment. His heart is deeply connected to them. The songs of the caravan leader stir his emotions. His heart leads the way when they decide to journey toward higher aspirations. Zora symbolizing lofty spiritual goals. If they choose paths of hardship, Jura representing trials, his heart remains with them, embracing the journey regardless of difficulty. O breeze, convey to the gazelles of Najd that I remain faithful to our old pledge. Tell the maiden our rendezvous is the sacred ground, on Saturday morning, where desires abound. On the crimson hill, by the side of Dua, right of Aflaj, near the solitary star. If what you say is accurate, and she longs like me, then secretly we'll meet at midday, free. The poet sends a message to his distant beloveds in Najd through the wind, affirming his steadfastness to their shared promises. He arranges a secret meeting, choosing sacred symbolism. Saturday, the day of rest and spiritual reflection. The meeting place is described with mystical references, the crimson hill and celestial markers, indicating an earthly and divine union. He yearns for mutual longing, hoping their clandestine encounter will heal the pains of separation. Do not be surprised. I am amazed by a lover whose beauty sways between flowers and gardens. So I said, do not be surprised by what you see, for you have seen yourself in the mirror of a human. The first couplet reveres the divine presence, portraying a lover deeply moved by its beauty. The flowers symbolize creation, and the garden represents the all-encompassing essence, evoking a profound spiritual connection that the audience can feel. Speaking to the divine, the lover says, "Do not be surprised, for I am but a reflection of your beauty, which is like a garden." O doves of the arak and the banyan trees, be gentle. Do not weaken my sorrow with your songs. Be gentle. Do not reveal with your mourning and crying the hidden pangs of my passion and the sorrows of my heart. The doves here represent sacred inspirations of purity and divine grace. They symbolize emotions such as passion and longing that torment the lover's heart, and the poet pleads for these inspirations to be gentle, not to expose the unspoken, hidden pains and longings represented by the doves' weeping and mourning. The poet's plea for these inspirations to be gentle, not to expose the unspoken, hidden pains and longings represented by the doves weeping and mourning, reveals the poet's vulnerability and evokes a deep sense of empathy in the audience. I converse with it at dusk and dawn, with the groan of a longing heart and the sigh of a distressed lover. The spirits met in the glade of Garda, and they bent with the branches upon me, so I was broken. The poet describes a deep conversation with love during the tranquil moments of dawn and dusk, times of reflection and yearning. The spirits bend towards him like trees, breaking him with the weight of love's intensity. Who will bring me back to Mina's gathering place, and who will bring me to the valley of trees, to New Man? It circles my heart hour after hour, out of longing, torment and kisses, my being. The poet expresses a deep desire to return to the sacred places of closeness and spiritual reunion. The metaphor of love circling his heart continuously, kissing every part of him with longing and torment, illustrates the never-ending desire for the divine. My heart has become capable of every form, a pasture for gazelles, a monastery for monks, a house for idols, a Kaaba for the circling pilgrim, the tablets of the Torah and the pages of the Quran. I follow the religion of love, wherever its camels turn, for love is my religion and my faith. The poet's heart has expanded to embrace all forms of beauty, from the spiritual, the Kaaba, Torah, Quran, to the human, the pasture and idols. The final lines beautifully capture the universality of love, transcending religious and worldly distinctions, as love becomes the poet's religion. Suns, in the form of dolls, at Salam, and the monastery near the sanctuary. I observe the heavens and serve at the chapel, and guard a garden in spring adorned with beauty. At times I am called a shepherd of deer in the wilderness, and at times a monk or an astrologer. The poet sees divine beauty everywhere, in the sun, the stars, and even the dolls and the deer. This universal love permeates everything, turning him into a shepherd, a monk, or an astrologer, depending on the moment and the manifestation of beauty. This transformation reflects the poet's deep connection to nature and spirituality.